Three people have been injured after overnight airstrikes on the Ukrainian capital, Kyiv. The city's mayor, Vitaly Klitschko, said in a social media post that three districts were targeted and fires were reported in residential buildings. Residents sheltered in the metro system during the attack. DW Special Correspondent Nimisha Jaiswal is in the Ukrainian capital. Nimisha, tell us more about those overnight attacks on Kyiv, and we understand other parts of the country as well.
Well, Michael, it was a very loud morning here in Kyiv. Explosions ringing out, multiple explosions over the city as air defense got to work. Now, overnight already, there were drone attacks and the air raid alert was already on. But at about 5 o'clock this morning, local time, we had the air raid alert go off. And moments later, we heard explosions. And that gap is significant because when it is a ballistic missile, it comes in so fast that as soon as it's detected, it might already be reaching here. Usually when it comes to drones and other kinds of missiles, there's more of a gap and there's time to take shelter, but that is not the case when it is a ballistic missile. We know that at least three districts were hit with, there were fires in at least three districts. There aren't details about if those were caused by debris or by the missile actually finding its target. But as I was scanning Telegram as these attacks were ongoing, we saw messages go out by the mayor calling for medical help. So we knew that there were injuries, and it was confirmed later that at least three people were injured. And when there were also attacks late last evening on Mykolaiv, where at least two elderly women have been injured, as well as a KAB bomb that was dropped in Kharkiv. And this morning, once again, we're hearing of aerial bombs in Sumy as well as in Donetsk. Just yesterday, Michael, we were talking and I was talking about how it was eerily quiet in Kyiv earlier this week, but this felt like the calm before the storm. It seems like this morning that storm came.
We should mention this comes only a short time after the Russian attacks on President Volodymyr Zelensky's hometown of Kryvyi on Friday, where 18 people were killed, half of them children. Nimisha, as you know, Zelensky spoke about this in a video message last night. We're going to hear from him and then get back to you on the other side.
We here in Ukraine and the whole world should be grateful to everyone who sees this Russian terror and does not turn a blind eye. To everyone who addresses it clearly and directly. To remain silent about Russia killing children with ballistic missiles is wrong and dangerous. It only encourages Moscow to continue the war and to continue to ignore diplomacy. Weakness has never ended a war.
Nimisha, who is Zelensky accusing of essentially closing their eyes to Russian terror?
Well, Michael, pretty directly the U.S. actually, and more specifically, the U.S. ambassador. Zelensky lashed out at her yesterday, saying that her comments on social media on the Kryvyi attack said that a missile struck and people were killed, but did not name Russia. He even went on to say such a strong country, such a weak reaction. And some of the strongest comments he's made after in the recent weeks when there's been more of an effort to play nice with the U.S. But it is worth paying attention to the fact that every little slight, every miss is noticed and amplified over here. As the attacks were going on this morning, we had commentators on social media saying, I wonder if this time the ambassador will acknowledge these attacks. So these are quite direct comments about the U.S.
DW's Nimisha Jaiswal in Kyiv. Many thanks.